Good morning, world. It's a busy night last night over at services. And good morning to yourself. The time is currently 5 AM, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet this morning because there's a lot of drivers around who are still asleep. So I thought it'd be like walking around the car park with the camera screaming and shouting like, "Hello, welcome into the videos." But instead, I thought I'd do a little quick one before I hit the road. Woke up at 4 AM this morning and then got everything sorted, showered, dressed, etc. And got ready for the day ahead of me. Started at 4:30, done the vehicle checks, just grabbed a quick coffee now, and now I'm going to hit the road for 4 to 5, and I need to be at the place for 5:30 ideally for today's collection, and then it's getting straight delivered to their client at Crewe, I think it is. As you can see, I've not even had time to sort sleeping back out. I'll do that later on when I get a bit of downtime, a bit of POA. Why does my PDA keep making loud noises all the time? Really annoying. Anyways, let's get on the road. I was absolutely knackered last night when I went to sleep, and that was approximately, what time did I go to sleep last night? I think it was like 8:30, and I didn't wake up once, not a single peep. It was so peaceful last night. It was so nice. One good thing about starting so early is that the roads are empty. It's great. There's only a couple of trucks on the road that I've seen so far. But as you can see, it's very, very dark out there. It really is. The camera's probably not even picking up anything whatsoever, is it? I'm sorry if I'm just talking into a black void. But this is what the road's like at this time of the day, unfortunately. Really, really not lit up whatsoever. I feel like I've been down here before, not to this business, but down this road. But it's so difficult to tell if I've been here before because how dark everything is. Do you know what I mean? When you just notice some of the features, like, have I been down here before? I think I might have. I really do believe I've been here. And to be fair, when you do truck driving, you visit that many different locations, it all merges into one, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I have actually been there. Not to the mill though. Another business on this road. I arrived here for 5:30, bang on time. No answer. Now, because there's no answer, I've got a couple of cars of the employees trying to get in on site, so I'm just going to reverse back a little bit so I'm not blocking their entrance to get in. I'm just going to pull over here for a second, try and get hold of the office. Turns out the weighbridge don't start until 6 o'clock gone. So one of the employees have let me in. I've drove onto the weighbridge, so I'm waiting around for the next half hour to get sorted out. So in the meantime, let's tidy up the cab. That goes away in there. Give the sides a little bit of a dust down so it's nice and clean. Give the windows a little bit of a nice spray. Go. So I've been given a bay. I'm just following that little black line as a guide on the floor. Check, make sure it's on bay correctly and everything's all okay before handing the keys in. Quite like these new things. These bars come down and then lock into your wheels. So it's a bit like an automatic chock. And now it's the waiting game. And whilst I'm waiting to get loaded, because it could be here for some time, waiting for that green light to turn red, I'm going to make the most of the opportunity of spare time and do a little bit of editing for the podcast. So this is one of our future episodes which is coming up for Blade Trinity. You can see all the cuts and the edits there.
Well, isn't it? Look, Dominic Purcell as Drake. Now I'm like, how do I recognise him from somewhere? Prison Break, you know.
That's how he knew Wesley Snipes.
That must... Maybe you got some tips.
It's like, right, do you know that TV show you done, Prison Break? Yeah. So, like, how did you get out? Well, my brother just tattooed himself with the architecture of the prison. But yeah, it was all still in date.
Oh, I know. It's a stupid premise, I know. I'm not getting into Prison Break, but yeah, it's fucking stupid.
I liked it.
It was big at the time, though, wasn't it? Everyone, Prison Break. And then I think they broke out of prison and everyone was like, yeah, this is shit.
Yeah, it was only good whilst we were in prison doing stuff. Like for the first 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. Right, it was good.
Before moving off anyway, let's set the air levels. And now the air suspension's all been set and the right height, what we need to do is make sure the load itself is nice and secure. So, whilst I'm parked up here, I need to do the curtains back and then ratchet straps over the top. Make sure it's all safe and secure. Just approaching 8:15 and we are pretty much now all secured and ready to leave. Just need to go on the weighbridge, get the final weight, then away we go to Crewe. To get to Crewe from where I am now, it is a 3.5 hour drive to get there and 114 miles. I was talking to the lady in the office and explained to her about how I should have been there yesterday at 4 PM, but I ended up arriving here this morning at 5:30. Oh my word, because of everything what happened on the A45 yesterday. And she said her husband got stuck in it as well for a couple of hours. He was in an electric car, so he nearly didn't make it to the charging point because he was sat around for that long. Nearly ran out of charge on his car. That's why fuel is always the best. You don't have to sit around charging it up for ages. I mean, to be honest, I've never really owned an electric car, so I can't really say if they're good or not. They look nice though, to be fair. I just personally think fuel cars are a little bit more practical, especially if you're doing distances. Yeah, hopefully today it's going to be a little bit more smoother than yesterday. Yesterday, I've got to say, it's one of the worst days that I've had in the 3 years that I've been driving, well, 2.5 years that I've been driving. For traffic wise at least, anyway. It's the first time I've been stuck in traffic that bad. Jeez, it was really bad, wasn't it, yesterday? 15 hours, went over by 2 minutes. Pretty gutted about that, to be honest. So I've got the manual print off in my wallet for the next 28 days to keep it with me. And it's just hit 8 o'clock at the moment. So I'm debating whether to actually go through, I don't know, go through Birmingham, straight down the A14 through Birmingham. I think Birmingham's going to be pretty heavy, isn't it, traffic? depends what time I get there for where the M1 junction is. If it's about 9 o'clock, then I might just sit in it and go through, because hopefully a lot of the traffic would die down by then. But if we get there for about 8:30, I might go up the M1 through Stoke instead. I think it might be easier that route, less traffic. But I'll weigh it up as I get towards Birmingham. This one's booked in for 11 o'clock. So I've had it on POA whilst I was waiting to get loaded. So that's pushed back the working time directive break a little bit by about an hour and a half. So I don't need to worry about taking a break before 10:30. Because I started work this morning at 4:30. And driving time, perfectly fine for that. I don't need to worry about it till later. So after I've made the delivery, I'll find somewhere nice to park up, and then I'll have the break. The full 45 in one hit. I do personally prefer just having a 45-minute break instead of separating it into the 15 and 30. I find it a little bit easier to manage. You just pull up in the middle of the day, have your break, and then away you go. Just jumping down the A6 116 and then jumping onto the A6 003. I thought I was being clever because I needed some AdBlue because I was on a red line for it. And in Rugby Services there was a big queue of drivers going right up to where you can see where they are now behind me. So I thought, oh, I need a bit of AdBlue. Instead of queuing up for 10 or 15 minutes to get some fuel like everybody else, I thought I'll jump into the car section and use the pump behind me for the AdBlue. A little bit of a mistake really. I didn't expect it to be going this slow. I've been here literally 10 minutes and that is how slow it is going in. So unfortunately, instead of filling the whole tank up, I'm just going to get to say 5 or 10 litres and then I'll fuel up later on if I need to. But this is ridiculous. It's going to take me 25 minutes just to get 10 litres of AdBlue. Luckily the traffic driving past Birmingham wasn't too bad this morning. Just coming up towards the M5 junction. Which is all good. This is the way the road should be at 10 o'clock in the morning on the motorways. Nice and clear. Still can't understand how some of the roads are gridlocked though at 10 o'clock in the morning like they are. It's crazy, isn't it? So everybody technically should be in work. I get we have split shifts or different shift patterns, but still they shouldn't be as busy as what they are. So M6 North, junction 7 to 9, weeknight closures still on the go. This is the problem we had last week, wasn't it, when I stopped off at Rothwell. I was trying to get up north and this whole area was all closed, so I had to divert up the A5. Wasn't a too bad diversion, to be fair. Still got the matrix signs on for 60 miles an hour. I think that's sort of due to clean air zones. I don't think it's anything to do with congestion though. Alright, fingers crossed it's like this all the way up to Crewe now. It's a nice little old tractor there, isn't it? David Brown 995.
And then blue one, I think that's a New Holland tractor. That's if the years of playing Farmers Simulator are correct. Oh, I used to love playing that game back in the day. Still on the M6 at the moment. Got 37 miles still to go. Still on time for 11 o'clock. It's pretty much been like this since from Birmingham really. It's been nice traffic for change. Makes it completely different from yesterday, which is fantastic, to be honest with you. And I think I come off in about 30 miles as well. So I've got another 30 miles on the M6 before we come off for the crew. Oh, that is much better, isn't it? 25 litres would do for now. The 5 litres that I filled up before Rugby has done me until this point, so it started getting just by the red point. Be rude not to. Normally I would fill up with the AdBlue before making any long journeys back at the yard. However, because it was used by a night driver, when I got in it I had just under half a tank. Probably just over a quarter of a tank actually, to be honest with you. Wasn't too much point filling it right up to the top, so I've always put about 20-30 litres in, just to get me about half a tank, and then when I get back to the yard I'll just fill it up when I get back. Then there's no point wasting money really. When we've got it at the yard we can use it free of charge instead of paying the prices here. Just approaching the location now, and I'm just by Crewe town centre. I think town centre is just to the left across that bridge. The PDA was shouting at me a little bit earlier on as well, saying that I've got new jobs planned for this afternoon, and I think it's 2 collections over in Chester. Not too sure whereabouts in Chester. Most likely haven't visited them locations before. They're not an area I really cover too much, to be honest. I'm just on here now to the right hand side. Not enough room for me in the lane. Just keep that right indicator on though, because the trailer's sticking out a little bit on the main road still. And the delivery point should just be on this next road around here, Gateway. I'm sure there's another way onto this estate. That main road that I'd come down before the roundabout, but you can turn right onto this part. It's the place I'm thinking of anyway. Alright, then where are we at? Where are we? The place that I'm delivering to is part of the Buffaloed transport network, and at the back they've got something to do with a bread facility, or do maybe do storage for them. Not too sure, but it's 26 tons of flour that I'm delivering. Back of a bread, there we go. Around here, and then should be just getting loaded here. About there. And let's get the little gizmo out. There it is. Lifesaver this, saves so much time doing the straps. Oy. Just saves so much time. This little thing when doing a strap, it's literally 30-second a strap. It's great. Raise up the air suspension for the axle, reset the ride height, Next up is a collection, and it's 29 miles away. We're due to get there in a bit over an hour, but I need to take a break as well on the way there, so it's going near 2 o'clock by the time we arrive, and it's over at Chester. When I got into this site, I'm sure this is the road that I was thinking about earlier on, the 4th Avenue one, which should pop you out on the other side of the road instead of going through towards town centre where that roundabout is. Let's see if I'm right. If not, worst case scenario, I've got to turn around. Don't forget as well, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate all the support, so thanking you very much in advance. If you're enjoying it as well, why not smash that like button? Thank you! I mean, finding this little shortcut's got to be worth a like, hasn't it? And here we are back on the road. That paid off. Some fairly tight roads now around here on the A51. So it's Tarpley Road at the moment, and then I'm going to be taking the left in 2 miles, and that'll take me straight to Chester then, where I need to go. Due to be there for 2 o'clock, taking a break already on the way down. Found a nice little lay-by I just pulled into. Made myself a nice little pot noodle. Nothing too fancy today. Cheap and effective though, isn't it? Always keep a few pot noodles in your top. That way you can use your little camping stove to heat up the water, and fresco, there you go. Nice and easy pot noodle done for lunch. Does remind me though, I need to start cooking up a little bit better foods though when I'm on dinner break. I have a full 45 minutes for being like Aldi or Tesco's or something, get some nice deals on meat. Get a nice little steak on the go, can't you? That's quite a big trailer for that pickup, isn't it? Has it got a 5th wheel attached? I think it has. It has, yeah, it's got a 5th wheel attached in the back of it. That's pretty cool, you don't see many of them over here. Just driving through the centre of Chester now. Just got to be careful of that car in the passenger side. Very close that corner for the trailer. I need to get in the left-hand lane. She's not letting me in. Just hovering midway of the trailer. Keep your speed up, slow down please. It's been a while since I've been down this way. First time I've ever been here in a truck though. Ideally, probably the best way is jumping on the 56 to the end, isn't it? Just keeping an eye on that mirror on the passenger side. Make sure the trailer gets around nicely. So ideally, to get to where I'm going, would have been down the 56 right down to the end, and then you drop down, you come off where the BP station is. Can't remember the name. But because I'm coming up from the south of Chester through Northwich area and Crewe, I've had to come this way. It's not too busy though. I mean, if you drive through London and Birmingham, I think you can pretty much drive anywhere really, can't you? As I say to everybody, every single road's the same at the end of the day, isn't it? You got other cars on there, you got some tight spots, you got some wider bits. You just always got to be observant, be on your ball, and then hopefully you don't get cars blocking the road. Like so. But these little turns, like you can see now, you just need to be careful, because when you go around here, the trailer is that little bit behind, so it's just dragging that little bit and just wants to try and cut that corner. Just got to keep an extra close eye on it. Needs to do a right turn down here. Not this little section. A548. To be honest with you, I think I'm due to get an upgrade for the sat-nav. It's quite an older one, this one I'm currently using. It's a real nice little city though, isn't it, Chester? Got the race course there now on the left. At least it's okay for trucks. If you see another one coming the opposite direction, that's always a reassuring sign, isn't it? It's when you don't see a truck for 20 minutes, you start thinking to yourself, is this the right way to go? I'm okay for trailer height as well, currently at 14.9 with this trailer I've got on. History, isn't there, with Chester as well? A lot of the Roman architecture and whatnot. I think some ruins. You got the wall, haven't you, as well? Right, and I'm just 1 mile up this road. Finally arrived now at this place, and it's currently 2:05, so I just need to go check in with reception and then get inside through the barrier. And in we go. Quite a slow gate, that one. Trailer in there already, somebody's dropped. Gonna try and park in front of it. There's only 6 pallets to collect from here, so it shouldn't take too long. Pull forward. The job's a good one. Open up the buckles. I need to open up about 5 or 6 pallets space on each side, so they can get through nice and easy with plenty of room. A little bit like so. All sides back out, and now I've just got to try and beat that barrier. Luckily it's a nice and slow barrier. Oh no! I was just saying how slow the barrier was. It's literally opened and then closed. And there we go. So it's going back. Panic over, panic over. Next place is 20 minutes away and it's about an 8-mile drive. However, that's going through Chester itself. What I'm going to be doing is driving down Sealand Road, and I'm going to come out at the end of the M56 and go down there, come off at the junction where the services are, and then come back on myself. That way it's a lot easier. It's just a nice straight road instead of trying to get through the city. You forget really, don't you, the other side of Chester down Sealand Road is actually part of Wales. I believe that's an old army camp. I don't think it's in use still, is it? I think it's all closed down by the looks of it. It would make a perfect place though if anybody wants to do like a end of the world apocalypse style film in there. Half the road's got grass coming up for it. It looks really, really apocalyptic to say the least. But it's a lot easier just coming down this way instead. There you go, Ministry of Defence, Sealand. Oh, it's a jet outside. No way. I've been up and down this road about 1,000 times in my life and I've never seen the jet, which is just on the side of the road there. That is so cool. It's got to be newly placed there, hasn't it? It's got to be. I've got to be honest with you though, folks. With the weather the way it is at the moment, it's making me want to get away. Just jump in that caravan for a night or two. I'm sure the fellow caravanners can agree as well with that feeling. You're like, a little bit of sun, just want to get away for that night, don't you? Even if, like say, even if it's just for the one night. I reckon it'll be a nightmare in the actual bad wind and snow or bad rain in the winter months. I know a lot of people do use them in the winter months, but it can't be that nice, can it? When it's getting pelted with rain. Alright, here we are now, about to jump onto the 56. And it's only about a junction or two before I'm coming back off. So I'm just coming up towards the landfill site. I thought Ash would be turning then. I was expecting them to anyway, because when I used to work for Ash, I used to empty off at the site over here. Right now, so come down this little country lane, and then the collection point should be somewhere on the left hand side. Go on to Google Maps. There we go, left hand side just there now. I've got to say, it's nice and warm again today, isn't it? It's bloody beautiful. As you might as well guess, I'm back at our Widnes depot. I'm unloading everything I've collected this afternoon, and then what I'm doing is getting loaded up with 4 pallets to take around the corner, whilst I'm there delivering 4 pallets and then collecting 14 from there to come back to here to empty off. After I've been here for the second time and unloaded everything, I then need to do a trailer swap to the double deck trailer, which is the extra long super duper one, and then take that to Ashton over in Wigan, get unloaded, drop it off there, and then make my way solo back to Haydock, all before 7 p.m. Very busy one today. Busy, busy, busy indeed, isn't it? It's good though, goes quick. And to be honest with you, I'd rather do all these hours during the week at the start, so when it comes to Thursday and Friday, I don't have as many hours to work, so then they should be, in theory, shorter days and a little bit easier as well, especially on Friday, because that's when my hours will be running low. Just like that, literally 2 minutes later, we're here. So just take your time going around the corner, careful of the tree, try and keep tight as you can to the curb with your back axle, maybe like so. And as the axle gets around, start doing a little bit of right turn so we can get the unit and trailer nice and lined up together. And that's what I try and get it pretty much on that little line in the middle of the floor. On this corner, you should be able to see the rear axle turning. It's quite a sharp right turn that I've got to take now. Because it's a rear steer double deck trailer, which has about an extra 10-15 foot on the back of it as well. So in total you can fit an extra 12 pallets on this trailer. You just got to be careful with the backswing. The size of the wheels, how wide they are, I've just realised. Trailer is now delivered down at Ashton, so it's going to be getting dropped here, and then me and the unit are going back to Haydock. I feel like a pack mule carrying all this stuff I've got. 3 bags. Eric's all set up now for the truck wash, so the Nemesis is getting a beautiful little clean down tonight. And if you are in the Warrington area or St Helens area, give him a call. That's the details for him. Excellent little worker and does a fantastic job on all the trucks. So on that note, I'm back at the yard as you can tell, and I'm about to go for the night. So thank you very much for watching. And with it only being at the end of the day on Wednesday, already in 3 days I've done 39 hours. Wow. Yeah, that's happened. 39 hours in 3 days. I would have been knackered. And tomorrow as well, I'm back in at 5:30 to start the ball all over again. Fingers crossed it's going to be a little bit better of a finish. And Friday, luckily, because I've been doing all the hours during the week, should be a good one. Well, it will be a good one, let's say that. I am going to leave the video there for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. As always, take care of yourself, stay safe, bye for now.